Oh, shit.
Now what?
I forgot to re-add Osiris. All right. We are finally live. Holy cow, everybody. I apologize for being 15 minutes late. We had technical difficulties.
Say that
After I
again.
had everything all set up and perfectly ready exactly at 7 p.m., my streaming software decided to lock up, and and then when I reopened it, all of my scenes and everything were why apparently we're dropping Osiris again.
Oh
And
no.
Osiris is having internet issues on his end. Jeez. This is just not going very good tonight, folks. Anyway, this is episode 13 of the Linux Tech and Gaming Podcast, where we just get together and talk about the latest news in Linux technologicals and the gaming scene. So, maybe Osiris will be back. Hopefully, he's a standard host on the show, along with the Atomic Ass. Say hi, Atomic.
Hello.
Osiris. All right, we are finally. And I got browsers that are spitting out sound at me now. Dang it! So much going on. So much going on. So
Why do you,
I do
why
want
do you
to.
make your life harder?
Right? Exactly. Like what the hell? So hopefully the tweet went out that we're live. From the YouTubes. We are live on Hitbox as well as Twitch, as well as YouTube. So let's get this started. Let's get this party started, right, folks? We got our first segment of the show. We usually go through a game that Atomic has played, and lets us know what his thoughts were on the game. So, Atomic Ass, what do you got?
Well, first off, if you want to tweet a question at us, just send it to one of us. You can find our Twitter handles right below our faces. And use Linux tag. It's right down there in the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, that's a hashtag you can use, Linux tag. Whenever you tweet at any of us or tweet about the show, always use the hashtag. We got lists set up within various Twitter apps and whatnot.
Uh,
Is everybody
so,
hearing me? I want to get this out of the way. Can everybody hear my voice as well as Atomic's? Because last week, when I switched scenes and whatnot, for some reason my voice wasn't being streamed for like 15 minutes, and nobody told me for that whole time until all this time went by.
I am hearing you on YouTube.
Okay, well that's
For
good
now.
news. Okay, right. Okay, all right. Just wanted to get that out of the way there. And are you monitoring the chats at the various places?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. I see we got Doug and Red Hammer. What's up? Thanks for dropping in. Lane LP, thanks for dropping in at the YouTubes.
And we have I Walk with the Dead over on Hitbox.
All right, what's up? I Walk with the Dead over on Hitbox. He is my graphics guy. If anybody is interested in looking for or interested in some graphics work, hit up I Walk with the Dead on Twitter. He provides some really good graphics or really quick graphics, whatever you need. He's really easy to work with. I just wanted to throw that out there. So moving along into our first. All right, we got Osiris calling back in here. Just need to mute him and get him added back into the stream.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that.
Okay, this week I've picked out Ultratron, and this is by Puppy Games. And it is a basic twin-stick shooter. The premise being that the human race has been wiped out by robots, except for you. Your brain has been implanted into an upgradable battle droid, and your mission is to avenge the human race.
Huh, alright.
It has some little minor issues. It does not like multi-monitors, so you got to run it in a window.
Is it a SDL? Was it developed on the SDL? Or using
No.
SDL?
No, I don't think so. I think it's some...
Unity?
No, I think it might even be Flash.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No. Yeah. Even with the SDL parameter, it...
Telling it to launch on the one monitor? On
yeah,
a certain head?
It tries to go to both monitors anyway, and only shows up on one.
Do you have the 2 settings, though, for SDL?
Yes, both of them.
Or there's actually 3 if you live stream.
3.
The one that prevents it from turning red. The minimize loss.
Yeah, well, that's one of the ones I've got. The other one is
Full screen head.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a third one that you maybe didn't try yet.
What is that one?
It is let me look. Cat.
But the other problem...
profile. It is SDL video full screen head, and then whichever monitor, either 0 or 1. If you don't have that one, you need that one.
Okay.
Yep. You can try it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look into that after
Yep.
the show. But the other problem I had was with the wireless controller. It does not seem to want to map it correctly. And I've tried going into the configuration file and remapping it, and it just doesn't seem to be responding to my changes.
Huh.
I mean, it used to work when I first got it much earlier in the year. It worked just fine with the controller with no reconfiguration. But it seems there's been an update and something broke.
Yeah, that's one reason. Broke. That's one reason that for those gamers, anybody watching the show right now, if you're a gamer and you really need to use a controller, I strongly suggest just going with a wired Xbox 360 controller. Yes,
yeah.
The wireless one does work, but you need to use... and we just dropped...
Osiris?
Yep.
Oh, well, he's going to be in and out all night, folks.
It recalls him automatically. Skype does, and I don't know if he just can't re-answer because he keeps like he's not answering. It's calling him right now.
Well, if his modem is dropping, then it probably takes like 60 seconds to get back on. I've had that happen before with Time Warner Cable, like 10, 12 years ago, so I know what it's like.
Right. Well, I'm trying to find...
But, yeah, I do have to agree with you on the controllers. Definitely, if you want a controller to work in Linux, get a wired one. Yeah. And I hate to recommend Microsoft products, but the Microsoft controllers actually work pretty well.
Right. They just, most of the time they just work, definitely. Yep. All right, well, tell us more about the game.
It's pretty simple. You just are in a square box, and you shoot shit as it comes out of the 4 corners. And each robot that you shoot drops money. You can buy upgrades with the money. You've got a shooty pet. You've got a turret that you can place down, and it'll shoot at whatever you're shooting at, or correction, in the direction you're shooting at. So you have to line things up just a certain way to get it to shoot what you're shooting at. And what else? You can upgrade your shields. You can do several other things that I haven't unlocked yet. So, beep boop. Yeah, he left.
What?
Yeah.
Atomic?
Osiris.
Or, I mean, Osiris? What, he jumped
Yeah.
into the Mumble, or what?
No, he dropped out of Mumble and Skype.
Right. This sucks. Alright, well, we're going to, try to do the show without him the best we can, guys. Blame it on Time Warner. Those of you that are on Twitter, just at TWC and tell them, that you're pissed that you can't watch your favorite podcast because their internet service sucks for at Osiris. You can tell them that. So, I guess, that covers Ultra Tron. I think there's one Flash game that I actually have tried. It's called,
He's back.
Yep. It's called Intrusion 2 on Steam, and it's a Flash game. And there's, you got to make sure that you have the live Flash player, live 32 Flash player installed to get sound out of the game. But so I have played a Flash game in Steam, and it was, like I said, it's called Intrusion 2. It's a fun little side scroller with some kind of cool, I don't know, shoot 'em up, different type of guns and whatnot. So is this one? Did you say is this top down or side scroller, or what kind is this?
I honestly don't know what the terminology is for this specific one, but you are in a box and you can move around in the box, but you're restricted to that area.
Oh, okay.
There's no scrolling side to side, and your character's kind of at an angle, so it's not directly top down, but like a 45-degree angle.
Right. Okay.
I wish I knew what that particular style was called, but unfortunately I don't.
Let's see if we can actually get a graphic here of Ultratron.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on Steam?
Yeah, it is.
Ultratron.
You must not be looking.
I'm at the store. The search box on the right.
219 190.
Oh, there it is. For some reason, I must have had a filter on that wasn't showing it. I don't know. Ultratron. Let's see if we can actually try out the screen sharing. Oh, wait, is it Atomic or Osiris? Yeah, Osiris is back. What, Osiris, how come you're not in Mumble?
I am in Mumble.
You are in Mumble. Okay.
Time Warner
He's mumbling.
sucks.
Yeah, I told everybody.
Get some service around
I
here.
told everybody to tweet Time Warner Cable.
They're terrible.
We're going to try out a scene switch here, so please let me know immediately if you do not hear my voice or anybody else's voices right away. We're going to see how this works. There's my voice. And there's your guys' voice. And we will share Steam. Let's see if it can grab Steam. It can. Wow. Look at that.
What? Technology.
Right? Dude, OBS is the shit.
I'm just waiting for the YouTube stream to catch up so I can...
Right. We got some images here of Ultratron. I don't know why I clipped it off a bunch. Are you guys, can you talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and we lost Osiris again? Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. Yeah, we did.
Oh my god.
Right? But there's some images of Ultratron, guys. Hopefully you can hear me on the stream.
Then I wouldn't touch DSL with a 10-foot pole these days.
Who?
Fiber
Ven was
Master
saying to
Race.
try, DSL or fiber? Hell, VDSL too. Yeah.
Yeah, cable is defunct. DSL is defunct. Fiber Master Race.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm cutting off my... Let's see here.
Well, I'll go ahead and start the first topic.
Yeah, go ahead. Start the first topic.
Apparently, the Steam client has been updated. Well, this is not news. It updates every day. It brings improved P2P connections and cloud sync fixes. Well, we could use some cloud sync fixes.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was quite a few changes in this big Steam update. This was back on the 13th of November. So, wow, it was 6 days ago now. So it must have occurred right after our show we had last Wednesday. But, you know, some of the major changes or updates, like Atomic said, is the, improved cloud sync support, the full HTML5 support now.
Finally.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's a welcomed bonus.
The video player has been broken for me for so long. So long.
Right. And then we got faster downloads, which I'm sure everybody's going to welcome that update.
It's not going to work for me.
Why?
I'm already downloading well past my rated connection speed.
Oh,
and it's actually running up against the hardware limits.
Huh, yeah.
Like when I had a 10 megabit connection, which I've since upgraded, but the upgrade hasn't really gone through. Even on 10 megabits, it was maxing out my 100 megabit Ethernet connection to the router.
Holy shit.
Maxing it out.
Wow. Yeah, I know yesterday Osiris had to do, he updated Trine Enchanted Edition on this other no-name operating system. And, the update was, what was it, 700 meg? And it went pretty quick, hey, Osiris?
Yeah, the update was big. It was a 3 gig download, though.
Right, okay. But, I mean, I thought... Did you think it went faster than normal, or no? Or you think it was slower?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, because we're just talking about the this first topic now. The Steam client gets a major update, and supposedly we're supposed to have faster downloads now.
Well, I downloaded Witcher 2 last night, and it went pretty quick. It's about 9 gigs.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know when and if my Steam client updated. It must have, because it never told me to restart like it usually does, so I don't know.
Yeah. Huh. How many... Oh, shit. I got like 2 dashboards open at Hitbox. I don't know why I left... I left IRC open. Anyway, what? Go ahead.
I see it got HTML5 support, which is good for Linux, because that Flash support is stupid.
Well, yeah, and that's a good point, because I actually, like a week ago, so it must have been before this update, I spent a bunch of time trying to get the damn video playback audio to work. For some reason in Arch, playing back audio within the Steam client was just not working. And I don't remember exactly what the solution was, but I downloaded the Live Flash Player, blah, 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 did all that stuff, and the 32-bit Live Flash Player, blah, 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 put it in the correct folder. It should have been working. There was something else. I think I finally figured it out by launching Steam from the terminal, and then that way I was able to see what the error was, and it had to do with for some reason it couldn't grab the sound card, basically. Also SND Live whatever was it said couldn't get the sound card, so it couldn't play audio back, and some other device or software must have grabbed it. So anyway, now that it's now you don't have to fuck with Flash to watch videos back in the Steam client, or with this HTML5 full support. I think that's awesome, definitely.
I see. It says much better screenshot manager. I haven't checked that out yet.
Yeah, I haven't taken a screenshot since this update occurred. The update was occurred on around November 13th. That was 6 days ago.
What exactly are you going to do to a screenshot manager? I mean,
yeah, that's what I want to see.
Good point. I'm not sure.
What's it going to do? Give your pictures a reach around?
Yeah, right? That'd be fucking awesome.
For the pictures.
Well, clicking on screenshots, I don't think I've ever been in here previously, so I don't know what to look for as far as what it, Oh, you can filter your screenshots by game? Could you always do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You can, manage screenshots. You can make public, make friend only, make private, delete, done. So I'm not sure what they, improved with the manager. I don't mess with Steam screenshots very often anyway, so I'm not sure.
It'd be much better if they got a Twitter support and stuff like that, but I guess that didn't happen.
Yeah, they have Facebook support, but not Twitter, right? That's one thing I think Facebook is lacking. I know, right? Facebook. Exactly.
Where the trolls go to live.
Right.
Okay. Now it says improved P2P connections that should have a smaller impact on the performance of the system. But what are they talking about P2P connections here? And I've never really experienced any performance issues related to any of the P2P
maybe
tools.
The article I linked to was what was it, Softpedia, so that might not be the best source. Maybe if we could find a different link, maybe there's further clarification of what they did with the P2P improvements. I mean, maybe it just has to do with when you're connecting, like Osiris and I last night, we played Trine 1 Enchanted Edition. I hosted a public match and he connected to me, so that's a straight P2P connection, I believe.
But wouldn't that be the game?
Yeah.
Well, if you go,
or is the game using a Steam facility to make the connection between the players?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Right. Like what's specifically in Steam, is for P2P connections. This is what you're saying, right?
Voice chat.
Okay. Okay, voice chat's P2P.
That never used any CPU time for me, though.
Right. Well, I didn't know, what the improvements were. I'd have to look around to see if Steam update, blah, blah, blah.
Well, if you just click on the link right there on the page that goes to Steam, it has it broken down by operating system. The only thing it says under Linux is fixed web views not displaying if you run Steam under multiple OS user accounts. For Windows, it improved game overlay compatibility, Mac OS, and some other stuff, in-home streaming, and UGC, whatever UGC is. Universal Game Client. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some voodoo magic.
Some Steam stuff.
Yeah, but I see that they have under big picture mode, there's a lot of fucking changes. Holy cow.
Yeah.
And that means big picture mode, that's for all clients, isn't it? That's just not specific
Yes.
to
Yes.
Linux or Windows or OS X. That's all clients, yeah.
Right.
Get out of there.
Early access indicator, OS support icons. I guess now you can know if you buy a game for Linux, but you don't. It's for Windows. Now you can know. That's probably pretty helpful.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Improved playback of videos in the web browser. Fixed YouTube videos reloading when switching tabs in the web browser. Looks like a bunch of bug fixes as usual.
Oh, Screenshot Manager dialog layout improved to account for longer localized strings.
Oh, probably, yeah, like your local URL, the file URLs.
Yeah.
You know, somebody might have it under storage / my stuff / hardware / game / et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Music background mask updated.
Oh, here's the mention of the P2P thing. Fixed performance problem with large numbers of concurrent P2P connections. So maybe if you're Steam chatting with a whole bunch of people, or you're just P2Ping with a lot of people in Steam. Anyway, they improved it.
Well, I don't really think you need to voice chat with 128 people at once.
Yeah, right?
I was in a chat room, a TeamSpeak chat room with 64 people one time, and
what a clusterfuck.
It was clusterfuck doesn't begin to describe it.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we covered that. God, that was still our first topic?
Yeah.
And it's already 7:42. Holy shizzle.
Oh, we
Move
started
along.
Yeah, I know we started 15 minutes late, and then we had the crashes with Osiris. That good old internet of his, Time Warner cable.
Getting on to the Deponia trilogy, which is our second topic. If you have heard of this series, it's now on Linux. The original trilogy, not the newer Complete Journey. And if you haven't heard about it, it is a point-and-click adventure game that originally came out in 3 installments: Deponia, Chaos on Deponia, and Goodbye Deponia, all available on Steam. They were originally Windows and Mac, or Windows only. They didn't have any Linux support. Then earlier this year, I think July, came a new release called Deponia the Complete Journey, and it combined all 3 titles into a single game, and it had Linux support out of the box or very shortly afterwards, because when I checked on it, it had Linux support already. But then my understanding of this was that the original trilogy was not supposed to get Linux support, but then Linux support dropped. The game showed up in my Linux library last month, and just last night, I think, they got a big update. They installed, and they're playable.
Yeah, I took the stream to the Deponia website. I hope this is the right website. And I'm just showing some graphics for this game. Was originally released in 2012, it looks like, and it's just called Deponia, at least the one that I'm showing the stream right now.
Yeah, that is the first game in the trilogy.
All right.
Also, the Complete Journey comes with 2 behind-the-scenes videos, Goodbye Deponia soundtrack, concept art, animation, workbook, and an introduction to Deponia book.
Oh, wow. Lots of monies. $20 on Steam.
Well, yeah, but it goes on sale. I mean,
right.
Wait another month, you can pick it up for $5.
The graphics look kind of interesting.
Yeah. And
look very double finish.
Oh, wow. Look at that chick over there. Is she naked? Sleeping?
No, there's no nudity in this
I know,
game.
I'm just fucking around.
No, there's no fapping to be had in this game.
Oh, really?
Unless you use your imagination.
Oh, wow. They title their own website. They put at the top of their own website, Best German Studio. But there is a little asterisk. So there's a stipulation to that, I guess. And at the bottom it says, voted by the judging panel of the German Games Developers Award. Well, there you go. The developers are Dalek Entertainment. All right. Well, so have you played it? Deponia?
I haven't played much of it. I did watch a playthrough that someone else did of the complete first game, but I have wanted to play the entire trilogy through myself, and that's something I'll be doing maybe sometime this year. I don't know. We'll see how the schedule works out.
Deponia: The Complete Journey. Now I'm showing the stream some pictures from Steam of that. All right, well, The Complete Journey is $40. Whew. But like Atomic said, wait for it to go on sale.
Plus, that's 3 games, and you get plenty of content. And yeah, wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah.
Right. Does it have controller support?
No, it's a point and click.
Point and click.
It's unusual for point and click games to have controller support.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
It says on the Steam page, additional notes, mouse. So if you're playing it, you should probably have a mouse.
Yeah.
At least one.
That's usually a good idea if you're on a computer.
Well, I think maybe you could use a half a mouse.
Half a mouse, right?
Like, no, I know you arch users are so advanced that you guys don't even need mouses.
Right. We can just use telepathy, you know, basically
yes.
move our mouse with our, or move the cursor with our mind, you know. That's how pro level we are.
We right click by wiggling our right ears.
Yeah, right. There you go. All right. Well, that's Deponia, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving along, NVIDIA releases a new Linux driver. It's beta, but still, there is many fixes in the driver release. Specifically, you know, some big ones are they added support for some extra EGL extensions. They actually added the ability to now overvolt certain GeForce GPUs. One of the other big ones is they added NVENC support, which for those of you that aren't aware, you know, later GeForce GPUs have a built-in hardware encoder.
600 series and up.
There you go. 600 series and up have a built-in hardware encoder, meaning software like OBS or Wirecast or whatever you're fancy for capturing and streaming video gaming, they can utilize the GPU's built-in NVIDIA encoder to do the video encoding, which would take the load off of your CPU, you know, so that you could maybe see some benefit from that. Now, I do have some experience using Shadowplay on my GTX 760 in the Windows side, and it's a neat feature, but I will say if you have a powerful enough CPU, the quality difference is pretty astounding. You know, so if you just use your CPU and do X264 encoding, you're going to get really good quality. Whereas if you use the built-in encoder on your NVIDIA GPU with this NVENC, the quality, it's not quite there yet. But I'm sure that they can, you know, make adjustments to that because the encoder is very, very powerful. There's a whole SDK, you know, that you can utilize to write apps to utilize this hardware encoder. Really cool feature that was, it's been available to Windows for a long time. I don't know how long ago Shadowplay was released, but this was just added to the 346.16 NVIDIA driver.
It was very early in the year.
This year? So it was just released
Yes.
this year? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hasn't been out that long.
Yeah.
Or for Windows, I mean.
Right.
When you used it, did you do any tests on the to see how much the video engine is actually being utilized? When
You mean my
uh,
GPU?
No, the video engine, the H.264 encoder, because that comes up as a separate metric in the NVIDIA control panel.
Oh, I did not take a peek at the NVIDIA control panel while I was using Shadowplay. No, I didn't.
Because I am really interested in knowing whether this H.264 encoder can handle 4K video in real time.
Right. Yeah,
60 FPS. 4K.
That would be a great question. I remember looking into this. If you look at the actual NVIDIA video codec SDK, I believe, let me see if it says in here. 4K is not listed. Let me see resolution. Yeah, I'm trying to video capture, encoding, and streaming. I'm trying to find this really quickly, and I don't know if I will. Resolutions.
You won't find it quickly. Or you can.
It can do. Let's see. It can do 1920 by 1080 at 60 FPS. I think that's the highest it can do. It can do 120 FPS even.
So it could do 4K 30.
Probably. Through display.
Okay,
port.
here you can run 2 simultaneous encodes of 1080p at 60 frames a second.
Then
2.
it could do.
So I guess it could do 4K by itself. Yeah.
Well, wait, you said 1080p at 60?
Yes.
That's not 4K. That's not 4K. That's like 1600.
That's half of 4K.
Yes.
So if you went down to 30 FPS, it would be 4K.
Yes. I'd agree with
Theoretically.
Theoretically, right.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a whole, SDK and API and all this. If you really want to utilize your NVIDIA's GPU, for encoding in Linux, Windows, they've been doing it, like with Shadowplay, right through, Shadowplay is built right into the NVIDIA software or whatever for controlling your GPU. Or no, it might be in the NVIDIA Experience application. I don't know. That's the Windows shit. I don't do that shit anymore. But so that's big news. No, I haven't booted into Windows in at least over a month. No, I mean, it's been a long time since I booted into Windows. I know that.
Probably as long as it's been for me.
And there's some other, there's quite a few bug fixes. Some updates because of Xorg 1.16.
So an interesting note is that they're actually doing active work on Wine bug fixes. That's not something I expected.
Yeah, that is cool. The NVIDIA guys are pretty cool. They added support for decoding VP8 video streams using a certain API. They fixed, a GLSL compiler bug. So basically, this driver, I'm running it in Arch against kernel 3.17.3, I think. Yeah, 3.17.3-1 in Arch. And then I'm running it in Xubuntu against kernel 3.13.39, I believe. And I have seen on the Dev Talk forums that some people are complaining about driver regression with multi-monitors and, it registering the type of monitor it's connected to and setting up the multi-screen and whatnot. So that's something you want to, be conscientious about if you do want to upgrade to 346.16. What are you smirking about over there, Atomic?
Oh, just look at the YouTube chat.
You got to remember now. You got to remember now we can see you, whereas all of our previous 12 episodes we couldn't see your face.
There was a reason for that.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if everybody realizes this is the first time that I've ever seen Atomic. Same with Osiris. This is the first time we're ever seeing Atomic. So it's like we're meeting him for the very first time. It's crazy.
I'm not saying no.
You're not watching the stream?
Nah, man. I'm trying to keep
his internet, right? He's trying to keep his bandwidth down to a minimum.
Yeah. As soon as I open anything else, it's probably gonna crap itself again.
What is let's see here. Oh, that's a good question, Atomic. You asked, would an H.264 encoder be able to be adapted to H.265? All right, well, that covers the NVIDIA driver update. It's a beta driver, so keep that in mind. 346.16. Check it out. It's working good for me. Moving along, Osiris, you want to cover this topic here?
Man, what are we talking about? War Thunders?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so War Thunder is on Steam, but if you go to their Steam page, it does not say that it's available for Linux. But I saw on Twitter somewhere that it was, so I just decided to download it and try it, and lo and behold, through the magics of the interwebs, it actually works. So you can download it through Steam. And the reason I like that better is because it keeps it updated through Steam, as far as I know.
Yeah, I hadn't actually installed it, install non-Steam game into Steam. So that's how I had done it. But now at least it'll keep it auto-updated if you actually install it using Steam, right? That's the whole point of it?
Right, for me it is.
Right,
Some people may not want to use Steam for whatever reason, but I prefer it to be on Steam. Keep all my games in the same box.
Right. The game runs exceptionally well, I think.
They did do this bug fixes, like the full screen issue. When I launched it, I had no full screen issue, but if I did have a multi-monitor issue where it tries to draw it across 3460 by 1080.
3480. Yep.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
But basically not 1920 by 1080.
Right.
So that was an easy fix. I just had to change the resolution in the menu, and it went back to where it belonged. So yeah, War Thunder can be gotten on Steam now.
And yeah, just to make sure everybody's aware of it, you go to Steam and look at War Thunder. There is no Linux icon. So, but don't fret. According to Osiris, just simply buy it. I mean, not buy it. Simply click free to play or click play, and it will work in Linux, according to Osiris. They just didn't update the Steam page, I guess. I don't know. The little logo,
And while we're on the topic, I've actually had a game. It's another free-to-play game called Blade Symphony disappear from Linux.
Oh.
Wow. How does that work?
I had downloaded it in Wine. It ran in Wine. I had downloaded it in Linux when it came out. It showed up in my Linux client. And then when I was reinstalling to try and fix this issue with the Steam client, I had to reinstall all of my games, and Blade Symphony is back to this is not available on your platform. But I have all the files downloaded for the game, so what the fuck?
Yeah, that's fucked up. What the heck? That is really weird. Wow. Did you try, checking the Steam community forums, maybe?
Yeah, and there's no mention that the game was ever on Linux. It's
all in your head.
Are you sure you weren't on acid or something and you think that you ran it in Linux and you didn't ever?
Nope, it's seriously still in my Steam Apps Common folder. It's just sitting there, staring me in the face.
That's fucking weird.
It does say it's only available for Windows. And
Windows.
And the Blade Symphony website says, let's see, what does this say? Can I play the game on Mac or Linux? Currently, Blade 70 is being developed for Windows PC. Once the game reaches stability, we can start porting to other platforms. We do plan on supporting OS X and Linux in the future. So I guess
what happened to my port? It actually worked well. What happened to my port? It disappeared.
Magic.
That's anti-magic. You don't
Purple drink.
conjure something out of existence. You conjure it into existence.
Anti-magics.
Anti-magics.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking around and it doesn't seem to have ever happened. Not on Google, it hasn't. It even escaped the grasps of Google. That's
Wow.
impressive.
Maybe I was the only one that downloaded it.
Right.
They put it out there like, oops, we didn't want this to be downloaded yet. Bold.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Oh,
always think
one
it's
guy downloaded it.
I always think it's interesting. Like, are people just constantly trolling the Steam database to see when new things appear? Like, you'll see a screenshot, like, "Oh my gosh, look what's coming! Here's the picture of the database. It's coming." And it's like,
Yeah.
what do you just sit there and watch the Steam database for it to update?
You know, there's whole websites for that, right?
I
It-
guess.
An RSS feed.
It just polls the Steam database just to see what's going to happen.
Okay.
Like at one time, Left 4 Dead 3 was on the Steam database.
Shut up. Was it?
Yeah,
What about
No,
Half-Life
Half-Life
3? You mean Half-Life 3?
confirmed.
What
That's all I
is
can say
life?
about that.
Yeah, confirmed. Definitely. Oh, wow. That's funny. All right. We got, well, that covers War Thunder in Steam. There's other things we can go into about that game, but we'll just go on to the next topic here. So, System D making waves, or making more waves. We, a Debian developer from the technical committee, already resigned a while ago, and now 2 more people are leaving, all because, there was a decision made back in February for Debian Jesse to use System D as its default, init system. So, I don't know. I think Atomic and I have a little bit of an advantage to be able to talk about this because we both have used, Upstart or System V as well as System D. Right, Atomic? Well, you used Ubuntu and Upstart.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time you used it.
Well, I started on Ubuntu in 9.10, and I don't think I made much headway in Upstart as far as learning how it was working or how it worked.
I think
Because-
that Ubuntu is not using System D.
I think
It's
they're going
not.
towards it.
Or they are.
Yeah, they're moving
They
towards it.
have to, because whatever Debian does, Ubuntu has to do. That's what the whole point of upstream and why
But,
Ubuntu,
I mean, I think that's been announced a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, it definitely has. I mean, I'm just pointing out that, 2 more people from the technical committee resigned because of System D. And it is actually in talks again, though, to possibly change it again back to, Upstart.
Wait, so Debian's using Upstart?
Currently, Debian uses Upstart, yes,
Okay.
or sysv in it or something. It does not. I believe it uses sysv in it or Upstart, yes. And they made the decision back in February to switch to System D for Debian Jesse, and Debian Jesse will be released in a couple months, I believe. We just dropped Osiris.
Again?
Yeah.
Damn you, Time Warner!
Right? I don't know why like I said, the window shows. See how it shows? It's trying to reconnect.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he doesn't re-answer it, or I'm not
Because
sure.
he probably can't. It's probably not connecting to him.
Oh, right.
But as far as System D goes, I've just heard a lot of bad things about the design, and what I have seen of the design isn't so great from a security standpoint or a stability standpoint.
Wait,
And
we're running System D in Arch.
yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. All right.
It just has a lot of potential to break horribly.
Right. Yeah, and I know a lot of people. I think we touched on this, or maybe we didn't, but somebody created a fork of System D and called it Useless D, which basically, stripped out a lot of the extra shit that you don't need for a basic init system. You know what I mean? And they called it Useless D. I think that was kind of funny, actually.
We need to get that into Arch.
Right? Use Useless D instead of System D.
The main repositories, too, not the AUR.
Yeah, exactly. The project Useless D was to reduce System D to a base init, process supervisor, and transactional dependency system while minimizing the intrusiveness and isolationism. Wow. Basically, it's System D without the superfluous stuff, with the superfluous stuff cut out. A relatively coherent idea of what it wants to be. Support for non-glibc platforms and an approach that aims to minimize the complicated design. I don't know really how, if that's catching on or what, but, this is big news because anybody that's, coming into Linux and wanting to try it out, most of the time they'll go with Ubuntu, and Ubuntu currently uses Upstart, and Upstart's not that complicated to understand. I'm most comfortable with Upstart, and when that's been one of my more interesting things to learn is System D, and the various commands to control various running processes and whatnot. Whereas I'm really comfortable, managing the init scripts and whatnot in Ubuntu. I'm not at all comfortable managing System D scripts and whatnot.
Yeah, I think in both of those systems I've just stumbled along.
Yeah. And we have a comment in the YouTube channel that they're actually forking Debian.
Yay.
Wait, why am I hearing audio is playing? Where's this audio coming from?
From somewhere.
Yeah, never mind. I closed that tab. What the fuck? It was an ad, apparently, on one of the tabs I had open in Chrome.
Goes in the machine.
So Debian official will use System D. I mean, that's the current decision now. But I thought I read that, people are putting it up for another vote to try to change it back from the decision to go with System D for Jesse, and they want to switch back, now, and they're putting it up for a vote. I don't know. That obviously hasn't happened yet, the vote or whatever. Or maybe it did. I don't know. The story is Debian devils noping over the hate. So I just wanted to cover that. It's big news because, like I said, a lot of newcomers to Linux will gravitate towards Ubuntu or a Debian-based system, and now that they're completely changing that. It'll be transparent to new users, but every user that's been using Ubuntu, similar like me, since 2005, it's a pretty big change, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Your whole world is coming crashing down around you, isn't it?
Right? I might just end up getting rid of Ubuntu and just go into Arch.
Blade.
Right? Cut it out of me.
Well, Arch has System D too.
No, I know. Right, I know.
You can't get away from it.
Right, exactly.
It is the Borg.
It's
It will assimilate you.
real quick, I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm doing some self-promoting right now on the podcast. This shirt right here, you can get this shirt yourself. It says, "I'll smell you when I smell you," and then on the back, it's got my name, Ubu out.
Those shameless
You
plugs
can,
are
hell
real.
yeah, hell yeah. You can get this yourself and some other cool accessories or apparel at my Spreadshirt shop, which is ubuthetechguru.spreadshirt.com. Just thought I'd plug that in there because I noticed, that the shirt showed up a little bit on camera. So that covers, the System D news that I wanted to share with you guys.
I'm sure that your creepy stalker will go and buy one of your shirts.
Let's hope so. Yeah, no mentioning any names of who my creepy stalker is. We don't want to do that.
I want one. Where do I get one at?
Well, we'll see about getting you both shirts for the show.
No, not a shirt. A creepy stalker.
Oh! You actually want one? Wow.
Hell yeah.
I think you've already expressed to me, Osiris, that you have a couple. Well, anyway, let's move on.
Raymond doesn't count.
He's not a stalker. All right, so let's see here. The next topic that we have, I lost my Chrome. So
how'd you lose it? Go find
I know,
it.
right? Exactly. The next topic that I wanted to cover is there's this an article that was recently done. Maybe it's not necessarily an article, but a website that has listed 100 alternatives to expensive software. It's on Datamation. Let me share this just because I think it's a really cool, story or article or however you want to put it. But it lists 100 open source replacements for expensive applications. So everything from enterprise level, small businesses, and home users can save significant amounts of money by using open source alternatives. So if you scroll through the list, they broke it down into categories: accounting, audio recording and editing, business intelligence. We got business process management. You got CAD, which I was interested to see. I do CAD as my normal day job, using Creo. And we just lost Osiris.
Again.
But I see here that they got FreeCAD, BRL CAD, and Archimedes are 3 different CAD softwares, that claim to be equivalent to AutoCAD. Which, I don't know. I'll have to check these out because, I'm familiar enough with 3D modeling software that if it's similar to AutoCAD 3D, that I'll be able to make my way around and do some 3D modeling at home right here on my Linux box.
FreeCAD, I know, is going to be in both Ubuntu and Arch repositories. BRL, probably. Archimedes, I haven't heard of it, so it might or might not be in.
It's interesting. BRL CAD, it says here that the U.S. military has used this collection of more than 400 tools to model its weapon systems and analyze lethality. Key features include interactive 3D solid geometry editing, high-performance ray tracing, network distributed frame buffer support, yada, yada, yada. So, just go down this list here. I just thought it was a really cool, up-to-date, collection of all of the open-source solutions for the different, you got database, desktop publishing, development tools, email, collaborative, groupware, enterprise resource planning. I use SAP at my daily job. SAP is a gigantic ERP system that costs a lot of money. We got on the third page, if I click next page, that would help. We got foreign language. We got gateway, security appliances, graphics and drawing, mathematics, music, office productivity, obviously operating systems. Like, duh. They list Ubuntu there, and Debian and OpenSUSE and stuff. PDF tools, point of sale stuff, project management, reporting, screenplay writing, video tools. They list Blender and Cinderella and OpenShot, as well as Kdenlive, which I was happy to see Kdenlive there. They're saying it replaces Adobe Premiere Pro and Avid Media Composer.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit optimistic.
Did you try calling me again, Osiris, or no?
No, I didn't.
All right. I was just checking. So, I just thought this was a really cool article or website, whatever, that, listed all these open source solutions. If anybody's interested in, the link, let me know. I'll put it down below in the description of the YouTube video. We'll just get rid of Osiris's camera over there on the right. We'll just have a black box. Yeah, we'll just have his audio in here. Whatever. All right, so that covers that. We got what do we got for our next topic here?
Microsoft goes open source. I call bullshit.
All right.
I can see why they would, though.
Microsoft Linux XP Professional.
No. What the hell kind of bastardized child is that?
Well, basically, Microsoft, in recent times, they've partnered with Canonical to bring Windows servers to OpenStack. They've open sourced their full server-side .NET Core, and they're porting it to Linux and OS X. So, I don't know. Gone are the days of Microsoft, the devil, and, basically...
I wouldn't say that either.
I would. Basically, once Steve Ballmer or whatever was gone, this new marketing person is, has changed everything 180 degrees.
The guy who replaced him, I can't pronounce his name, Nadella or whatever. Satya Nadella. I guess he's Indian or something. But anyways, the guy that replaced him is a cloud guru. So the reason for .NET to get open source is so that they can spread their reach on the internet, on the cloud, basically. So I don't think that they're changing their goals or anything like that. They are just doing what they need to do, which means working with open source to get Microsoft further into the cloud and mindshare.
Yeah,
that's all I see happening. Well, not the first time they've worked with open source to get.
Well, what was the other time they did? We lost him again. So, I mean, I think at least the way that this article points, makes it seem on ZDNet that, Microsoft is working more with open source type projects and open sourcing its own code, unlike they've really ever done in the past. Osiris seems to think that's nothing new. I don't know. I think it is new based on this article that I'm reading, but whatever. This picture is funny. Microsoft Linux XP Professional.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you meant earlier when you said that. I guess I didn't even pay attention to the little pictorial. Here, we'll show the stream.
Today,
this little picture
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says that, quote, Microsoft loves Linux. And I would say loves in the way that Edward Scissorhands might give you a hug.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Them ads, though. All right. Let's see. And the next topic we have the last one, I believe, which second to last, and actually Osiris. These are, I believe, Osiris's topics, or are these yours?
Well, he probably found the second one based on my tweet from yesterday, but the first one is definitely his.
Well, do you want to talk about the second one? Go ahead. Since you're familiar with the game.
So, Goat Simulator has now an MMO mode as a DLC. I haven't figured out whether the DLC is going to be free with the game or if it's going to require an additional purchase. But basically it gives an MMO mode to Goat Simulator. And it's still not out. It unlocks in 16 hours. Damn.
All right, I'm playing back the video for everybody. The Goat MMO Simulator.
Patch. Gamers have been requesting another free expansion.
Wow, his voice sort of sounds like Ven's voice.
The time has come for the lazy developers to turn on their computers once again.
Can you hear it or no?
I can.
Didn't that kind of sound like Ven? Or no?
Like it'd be Ven's brother, but not like Ven.
What did he do? He just clicked a button and it just like created the whole game? What?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Really? That's how Unity 3D or what?
I don't know what that's on. That
Okay. Look at this. A freaking MMO and you're a goat. What the fuck was that?
Is the most
With the
awesome trailer I have ever watched.
Look. Oh my god, there's dinosaurs in it. I'm buying it for sure.
You watching Goat Sim?
Yeah.
No, the MMO for it.
Yeah, it's not a real MMO from what I've gathered. It's a MMO sim.
Oh, okay.
So are there other people in it or not?
No, it has all the workings and lookings of a MMO, but no other people. So it has chat in the bottom, like I guess some type of simulated chat.
Okay, wait a second. It's called a mass multiplayer online, but there's nobody else in it?
That's the joke.
Oh, wow. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep. I mean, no, I'm not kidding you. They're kidding you. I watched some YouTube videos of like big name streamers playing the game, and apparently there is no real online. And according to the article on Gaming on Linux,
MMO simulation so good you'll think it's real.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. There are even elves and dwarves like in that movie.
Right.
Wow. So it's free though? Well, that's a bonus. Well, there you go. If you want a simulated MMO of Goat Simulator, Osiris has played. I mean, I'm sorry, Atomic has played. He bought Goat Simulator and tried it. He says the ragdoll physics is actually pretty decent. I mean, I could see
better than Skyrim.
I don't give a shit about Skyrim.
What?
I have never played
Skyrim?
it. I don't own it. I have never played
like one of the best
any of the Elder
RPGs.
Scrolls.
Just kidding.
What?
Never.
You're out of here. I'm taking your player card.
Uh,
How are you not gonna play the Elder Scrolls?
I've never played the Elder Scrolls. I don't own any of them.
Jeez.
And I haven't seen anything that interests me in them.
you guys are monitoring chat, right? Because I seem to have lost that tab.
Oh, you lose everything.
Yeah,
yes,
lost,
we're watching
man.
the chat.
The tab.
Well, it's behind the little Skype box in the upper right corner, and I don't want to click on that little Skype box because then I think it'll end the call with Atomic.
Oh, okay.
I'm all right.
Gotcha.
I found it. I opened a new tab. to monitor the chat. Just gotta make
Yeah,
sure I mute
so
the audio right away.
The ragdoll physics in Goat Sim are very reminiscent of the ones in Skyrim. So if you played Skyrim, Skyrim, then it's about the same thing. It's over the top, it's ridiculous.
Right. Let's see. Doug N wanted that link for the 100 free open source software. Is that right, Doug? Is that what you want linked? There you go. And it won't even let me put a link in my own fucking chat.
Yeah, I think
That's
it doesn't.
funny.
I think it's YouTube comments. You just can't do that.
No, it's me. I actually
Anyone.
have filters. You know, I actually have filters that prevent people from putting in certain words. Like, I set that up myself. But I didn't realize that it applied to me. Like, if I type in fuck, let's see if it... No, it did work. I could have swore I had fuck filtered. But, Doug, if you want to use that link right there, you just got to obviously put HTTP at the beginning and change the word dot to the actual dot. So you should be able to use that link. All right, and then we got our last topic here, which Osiris is going to cover. Osiris? Did we lose him again?
Apparently.
Osiris. Osiris.
Wow.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. All right, we lost Osiris. The last topic is the porter of Darksiders leaves the project. Wah, 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 wah. So I'm not familiar with this with the story. It was covered on Gaming on Linux, and oh, I know this guy, Leszek Godlewski. He was the porter who did Hell and Damnation as well as Deadfall Adventures. Apparently,
he knows his shit a little bit.
he does. Yes, he's very acclimated with porting, and of Unreal Engine games, I believe. But it says, "I'm leaving the Linux porting business, but Darksiders is in good hands. One of the original Vigil coders is taking it over from me." So that was this Leszek Godlewski's tweet. He can be found on Twitter at the Inquation. So he's leaving the Linux porting business. That's pretty bad news for us Linux gamers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of ports, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if this is a joke or what. I'm trying to read some of the comments down below. So, have you played Darksiders on Linux? Or is it not released yet? Is it ported to Linux yet?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I would assume it's not based on the fact that somebody is taking over the Linux port. So it's probably not done yet. And I really haven't even looked into Darksiders, the game, at all. So, in fact, I'm not even sure if I've heard of it before. But, yeah.
Actually, let's see. Oh, wow. The Unreal Engine 3 shader system is totally unfit for use with OpenGL. Part of the reasons for the long Deadfall Adventures and Painkiller Hell and Damnation loading times. Why they're so long. I mean, loading times of just loading up the game to start, I don't care. Like, big deal. So it takes a little longer in the beginning. I just want the game to run when I'm in it finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like Killing Floor 2. Oh wait, have you heard of that? Killing Floor 2?
Yeah. I mean, it's been around. It was on the Steam database at one point.
All right.
And I think it was confirmed recently.
Huh. All right. Well, that pretty much covers all of the topics that we wanted to go through with everybody. Oh, Cyrus is back?
Blah. I need time more.
You got back just in time for us to sign off. We're pretty much done with the show.
Wait.
Unless you had something to add about the Darksiders article, because, I just winged it the best I could.
There's really not much to know except for the guy. I think it's only one guy. I don't know how to say his name. It's like Swedish or something. He's leaving he's not porting anymore, but he left it into the hands of the original developer. So it's supposed to be still in good hands.
Right. Yeah, he's the same guy that did Painkiller, Hell and Damnation, as well as Deadfall Adventures. That's what I was just telling Atomic.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of sad to see, someone that's done some Linux ports, leave the industry. Right. Now, whether or not those ports were good is another question. Last I played both those games, I believe was when I still had an AMD card, and I had nothing but freaking issues.
You can't blame the issues on the port until you play it on NVIDIA.
Good point.
Yeah,
I'll have to fire those back up.
Those are Unreal Tournament problems, I think.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine.
Yeah. Well, not blaming the Unreal Engine. It's problems to do with the Unreal Engine.
Oh, wait, how is that two different things?
No, I'm not saying the Unreal Engine is broken. The implementation on Linux is broken.
Oh, right, yeah. They even stated that in this article at Play on Linux that you linked, was that basically the Unreal Engine in Linux or whatever, the shader, whatever, are severely lacking. Shader compilations take forever or whatever. So, all right, that pretty much covers all of the topics that we wanted to go over with you guys. We appreciate all of the viewers coming and checking out the show. This was episode 13. We started late. We had some technical difficulties. I apologize for that. Osiris's internet, we had technical difficulties on that end. But I did want to point out that we have an IRC channel on freenode, and for anybody that's interested in communicating with us live during the show, instead of monitoring these three different websites chat, we figure for those dedicated enough to the show, you can hop on the IRC channel and communicate with us. And maybe we'll even put a little window of the IRC channel down below, like another popular Linux podcast, the Linux Gamecast. They do that. So it'd be something that might be kind of cool just to, if people are interested enough to, join in. It's on Freenode, and it's Linux Tech and Gaming is the channel. Currently it's just myself, Atomic, and Osiris. We have us three in the channel, but that's because we're just advertising it now for the first time.
We ought to put that in the graphic, actually.
What?
I say we ought to put that in the graphic.
Put what?
The Freenode panel. Put that down at the lower left.
Okay, I can do that, yeah. Down here.
Yep.
irc.freenode.net, and then # Latin Linux Tech and Gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. We can do that. All right, well, as usual, our links to our YouTubes and our Twitters can be found below in the YouTube description. If you're on Hitbox or Twitch watching right now and you wanted to know what our Twitter handles are or our YouTubes, just go to youtube.com/UbuntuAddicted, which there are links on the Hitbox and the Twitches to YouTube. You'll be able to get to YouTube quickly and find the Twitter handles for Atomic. They're right below our video cameras, obviously, but their YouTube channels are in the description as well. Atomic, you got something to add?
No, not really.
Well, make sure you guys go check out Atomic's YouTube channel. He's got a cool little series he does. Does it run on Linux? And Osiris also has a YouTube channel. He does some little tips here and there. Does some gameplay videos. So make sure you check those guys out. Subscribe. Again. Yeah, he keeps joining and leaving Skype. I'm seeing it too. So that's it. That's gonna do it for this week's show. And I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody's views. We're going to keep doing this. We're having fun doing it. Hopefully each week we just keep getting better and better and learning from our previous mistakes. And that's it. Hopefully you guys have a good night, and we will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. hopefully. Take care, everybody.